October 26th of 2018 at 20:02:18 UTC, what does the YNW Melly account state?
I did that with a smiley emoji.
In terms of what was that in response to from the PZ Gambino account?
Objection. Overruled.
The PZ Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time, the YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHH.
And could you please stand and point on the right side of the screen exactly which part you're saying where the YNW Melly account says, I did that?
I did that. This is the thread ID. This is the text. This is the author. And this is the recipient. Then you come down here, same thing. The ID is for the actual message, which is just specific that one message. Then the thread ID is the actual continuation, continuing message. Then come down here to it says text. The SHHH.
Held on this THAT, that. Correct?
Correct.
This is coming from the 9807 that the state has introduced thousands of pages indicating
Counsel specifying.
that it belongs, or it's a phone that Melly uses. Correct?
Correct.
Page 1 of defense exhibit coming from 9807. Would you tell the jury how he spells that?
DAT, D-A-T.
D-A-T. Page 2. Will you tell the jury how he spells that?
D-A-T.
D-A-T. Not T-H-A-T. D-A-T. Correct?
Right.
9807. How does he spell that?
D-A-T.
So when Melly spells the word that, you want me to go through all 19 pages? Or will you take my word that every time, coming out of 9807 that's attributed to this young man as writing the message, he does not spell it T-H-A-T, but D-A-T. Would you like to look through them?
No, sir. You're asking me to explain that the one moment he decided to use proper grammar.
One moment, these phones messages sitting there,
One at a time. All right.
sitting on this pages that we painfully went through. He spells it D-A-T, not T-H-A-T, except for this one occasion. Right?
Correct.
What a strange thing.
That conversation was not specific to the murder. That was
Excuse
specific.
me. Did you, in fact, threaten to have him be federally indicted? Yes or no?
Yes, because of gun sales.
Gun sales. Did you, in fact, tell him that the jails are overcrowded, in referring to Haiti? It's disease-ridden. It's a, excuse my French, a shithole.
Right. Objection noted. Overruled.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. Back another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, once again, I want to send condolences to the entire families of YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, their parents, their siblings, close family, loved ones, associates, anybody who is still going through it with this loss right here. It's been a lot of information coming on the internet in the last few weeks, a lot of different storylines and accusations and everything like that. I'm not involved in this situation. I'm only getting it through the internet, through things that are being put up online, and I can't confirm nothing. But what is confirmed is these two brothers lost their life, and the people that care about them and love them, that are in this, involved in whatever way they are, most definitely they still going through it and grieving over their situation. So most definitely prayers up and condolences to them. Rest in peace to these two young brothers. Now, I'm going to add a link in the description for Law and Crime Network where y'all can watch the clips in the beginning in full as they wrapped up day 15 today, where the defense got to go back and forth, but it was the state's day to close their arguments on it. And you saw right there, one thing that the defense went at them about was them bringing up what they said they would bring up, his post on Instagram. And we've seen this before in every other case. They can go pull up your Instagram accounts, delete it, story banished. Guess what? It backs up to a database. And when they bring it in the courtroom, it's going to read just like that, where they say that Melly said, I did that. Then they say he told somebody, shh, and put a laughing emoji up. Well, the defense came in, as y'all saw, high energy as he's been the whole trial, saying that ain't how he spelled that. It's DAT. They gonna come with the thing of reasonable doubt. If he's been spelling DAT on this whole big packet of pages like this, why all of a sudden would he spell it like that? It's not for me to decide. That's for the jury to decide what they believe in. That's how this works. How I feel don't matter. It's about how the jury, the only two people who decision making matter here is the jury, and that's going to be if you're guilty or innocent, and the judge who's going to decide on what he want to sentence you to if you are found guilty. That's how this game works. Well, then they talked to one of the detectives and investigators. You saw Melly's defense attorney right there going at him for threatening James Francois, who's the manager, 100K, about sending him back to Haiti, charging him with this, him going to the feds, and approaching it in a negative way. While, hold on, you sending threats trying to make him change his testimony and trying to go at him like that, basically putting a reasonable doubt to the jury that some of this investigation was done in a way that does not coincide with the law. But the quick write-up says this. The state concluded its questioning of the lead detective in the YNW Melly double murder trial by presenting the rapper's Instagram messages after the deadly shooting. When a friend of YNW Melly's asked how he was doing, he responded by stating, I did that, smiley face emoji. Shh. YNW Melly is accused of killing two of his best friends and then staging the crime to look like a drive-by shooting. Then it says, during the cross-examination of the lead detective who investigated the double murder case involving YNW Melly, the detective admitted he threatened several witnesses in the case. Detective Mark Moretti stated while interviewing some of the witnesses, he threatened deportation, jail time, and a lack of food if they didn't cooperate with his investigation. It is disease-ridden and, excuse my French, a asshole, the defense claimed, the detective stated in the interview with several witnesses. We'll come at you stiff, they're going to come at you firm and try to get you to crack. Sometimes they want the real answer, sometimes they be like, nigga, we need a answer, whichever one you can provide for us. I'm going to tell you like this, bro, this a real wild trial, and I'm going to get a final thoughts after everything go over with it, but tomorrow they going to come in, the defense going to have their closing arguments, and we'll see what happens after that when the jury go to deliberate. Once again, most definitely, condolences to them. This is something that's got to stop. Murdering, no matter what happened. Murdering in the black community, taking young brothers' lives, bro, because we see how this play out in the end. Mama's crying, daddy's crying, grieving, sisters, brothers, all this stuff. Bro, we better than this as a people. Only we gonna change it because they don't want to change it for us. This is the system, dog. Us taking each other out, us going to prison, us losing our lives, us helping fund a system of putting us in the prison bed and getting that bread on the back end for every nigga they can consider what they call it, housing, clothing, and feeding with the worst of the worst. And most importantly, bro, a life is more precious than anything in this world that can be talked out or worked out, man. And what y'all think, man? We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pit.